Hey there friends and fellow gamers, it's MKxJUMP here, and it feels like forever since I've made an event review video, mainly because Chinese New Year lasted 2 weeks, but it's finally come to an end, very sadly. But hey, we have another bunch of great events to look forward to, and this week we have Imps Adventure. Long awaited. I know a lot of you were a bit upset when it was delayed, and then we had our 2-week Chinese New Year, so it's about time we had Imps Adventure. So I'm very excited to check that out. Also, we'll have a little preview at next week's event, so you guys can prepare for that. But before we get into all of that, I'd love to give a shout out to O'Real Greenleaf, who has decided to back me on Patreon. If you want to help support the content I make here, why not be like O'Real and back me on Patreon using the link up there or down below in the description. That's not the only way you can support the channel, of course. You can subscribe on Twitch, you can also donate through Twitch, or you can just subscribe here. It doesn't cost you anything and just keeps you up to date with content, because believe it or not guys, YouTube is actually my main source of income. So if you want to help me out, just support the content I make and watch those videos. Anyway guys, let's check out this week's event. Every day for logging in, we get our hands on 4 dice, which will help us in Imps Adventure, as well as 150 gems. So basically, make sure you're logging in this week getting those dice, because dice are invaluable, and you'll kick yourself if you do not have enough dice. So of all the weeks to make sure you're logging in, Imps Adventure is probably the most important, because the dice that you get this week only work for this week. You cannot save them for the future. At the end of the event, all of the dice you've accumulated will be converted into 2 stars to help your progress in Imps Adventure. And that's not 2-star heroes, that's 2-star points which are used in Imps Adventure. I'll explain that a little later on. So let's take a look at what we have this week. First of all, we have standard value packages. You get gems and dice depending on how much you're willing to spend. It kind of scales up and down. It's fairly decent value. I mean, Imps Adventure is a very, very high reward event. You can get a lot of stuff for your dice, especially if you get lucky. So it makes this package, which is the adventure package, even more enticing. This is going to be $44.99 for me, which is probably $50 for you guys in America. And that's 5,000 gems, 60 heroic summon scrolls, 30 dice, as well as a 5-star hero selection chest. This is very good value. Now, that doesn't mean I'm encouraging you to go away and spend $50 on this game. No. But people that are used to spending that amount of money on this game, this is great. 30 dice is really, really solid. Consider here you get 40 dice for $100. This is half the price, and you're getting 3/4 of the amount of dice. Same amount of gems, as well as 60 scrolls, as well as any 5-star hero that is non-light and dark in the game. And because we haven't had a release of a non-light and dark hero in a while, I mean that. Like, Morax is the most recent hero we've had that was non-light and dark, so every single 5-star from Fortress, Shadow, Abyss, and Forest is in this chest. So it doesn't matter who you're building, this can be helpful. On the topic of other helpful heroes, we have Sheltermission this week, which is beautiful. I love that they're giving really good heroes away in Sheltermission. So take a look here. We get a penny if you have 4 4-star rangers from the Fortress faction, as well as a 5-star Fortress hero. So put them in, swap them, you'll get yourself penny. But not only will you get a penny, you'll get 4-star armor as well as 5 dice. So this is worth doing regardless who the hero is, just because the dice are going to help you in Imps Adventure, and those dice will get you more rewards, save you gems, and ultimately just make you get good progress and excellent resources. However, of course, Penny is a fantastic hero, a great first E5. Horus, same is said for him. You can do exactly the same, but this time it's Shadow Warriors and a 5-star from the Shadow faction. You still get your armor, you get your 5 dice, but this time you get a copy of Horus. Same thing goes with Vesa and for Scary. Okay, Vesa and Scary are not as exciting as a Horus and a Penny, because Horus and Penny are 2 of the best first E5s you can get. Well, they were for a long time. Now it's Inosuke and Tix most likely. I guess Tix is okay. Horus is still up there though. Penny, in fact, when she's void enabled, is really solid as well, even just for clearing waves and killing things. So actually, these heroes are not bad, right? Just hands down, Penny, Horus, good first E5s. Vesa, not a bad first 10-star, which you can then feed to your first E5 to get them to E3, E4, or E5, so that's actually pretty good too. Scary, on the other hand, though, nah, not a very good hero anymore. Used to be the best hero, actually, in the game back in early 2018, but that's not the case anymore. 2018 is long gone. It's 2021 now. Scary is not a hero you want to be building, but getting a copy of that's pretty fun. Maybe you want to build a Scary army for PvE, but you don't really need to now that Drake's in the game and we can get a ton of damage from heroes like Garuda, insane damage from heroes like Ithaca, that it kind of renders the Scary army useless, considering an Ithaca can do that much damage and it's just one hero. So long gone are the days of the Scary army, so Scary's not that great. Dark Arthendal and Michelle, do they excite me? Not really. Again, long gone are the days when these heroes were good. Michelle might help you in Light Seal Land, but I don't really think you should be spending 2,000 gems and swapping 2 5-stars from the Light faction for a Michelle. No. So forget that Dark Arthendal's here, forget that Michelle's here, they're really not worth swapping into. Gradles Blessing is back though, which is good and bad. I'm a bit annoyed Almost Workshop is gone because I just love swapping my artifacts around, but this is beautiful. If you guys needed yourselves some class-specific armor, or just wanted to upgrade your 4-star armor to 5-star armor, then your 5-star to 6, and then your 6-star to class-specific, you can get your hands on some really sweet stuff. So if you've got a Priest, you need the Oracle suit. If you've got a Ranger, you want the Minstrel suit. If you need Warrior armor, you get the War Master suit, Assassin suit for Assassins, and the Weaver's suit for Mages. Basically, if you haven't already got a nice fancy set of armor for your first E5, go ahead and get them in. And as well, after you build more and more E5s, you will want to kit them out in decent armor. Be careful though, because you still will want 6-star armor, because 6-star armor is super handy for like swapping rounds. So if you wanted to do 2 and 2 of an armor piece, or 3 and 1 of an armor piece, or any other combination of split armor, it's actually not a bad idea to have 6-star armor lying around as well. So my encouragement would be, if you can, to go straight from 4-star all the way up this. However, I am aware it's very expensive on the gems and on the gold, and to be honest, a lot of you probably spent a lot of your gems on the Spring Festival packages last week and the week before. So it's unlikely you have a ton of gems left over. And really you should be saving those gems for Imps Adventure, which we're going to talk about now. So the way this works, you roll a dice, and whatever you roll will move you along the board. Whatever tile you land on, if it's level 1, becomes level 2. If it's level 2, it becomes level 3. And level 3 is the highest level that any of these tiles can be. And as you land on them, you get rewards pertaining to their level. Starry Mushroom Huts are an exception. Every time you pass over these Starry Mushroom Huts, you will get stars depending on the level of the hut. So if it's level 1, you get 3. If it's level 2, you get 4. And if it's level 3, you get 5. What you want to do is level up these Starry Mushroom Huts as quickly as possible to level 3 by getting lucky with your rolls, landing on the lucky dice, and just trying to get really, basically, high rolling. It's just dice rolling. It's casino time, boys. And basically, if you can get it to level 3, and you can pass over and get all the stars you can, you want to accumulate the biggest number of stars possible so that you can basically get the best rewards. If you get 80 stars, you get yourself 10 Heroic Summon Scrolls. Not very exciting, but when you get to 110, you get an Elite 5-star Hero Shard. Once you're at 140, you also get a limited skin selection chest, which contains all of these skins here. Bit annoying they haven't put the Rogan skin in. There's also another Ithaca skin they could add to this, but unfortunately we're still waiting on those to be added. Hopefully in a month's time, we will finally have that Rogan skin we've been waiting months and months and months and months for. But eventually, once DH Games wake up from their Chinese New Year slumber and whatever hangover is pertaining on them after their festival celebrations, hopefully they'll put the Rogan chest in here, even if we do have to wait a month for that skin. But anyway, if you get to 170 points, you get a 6-star Puppet Selection chest, which you can choose any 6-star from a non-light and dark faction, which will hopefully help you build food for your heroes to be upgraded, whether it's to enable them or give them void imprints. So yeah, sounds good to me. If you get to 200 stars, we get the good stuff, a 5-star hero selection chest. Now this is huge. We were chasing these on the free-to-play series. They're going to help you build whatever hero in the game you want. I recommend chasing them to get your good E5s. Don't go opening them to finish a 10-star like I did with the free-to-play series where I basically got a Walter with relics and made him 10-star. I only did that so I could get an E5 Ithaca before anyone else got an E5, or at least any other content creators got an E5. And actually, funnily enough, Barry was quite annoyed because he was at the in-laws. He could have potentially made an E5 before me, but no, I decided to do something really stupid and just go crazy. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. The free-to-play series was a lot of fun. But anyway, ignoring me for a second where I'm rambling on about the free-to-play series, you can just pick up any 5-star you want here. Hopefully they'll be useful for you. Ignis, Tix, Inosuke, there's a lot of good heroes you can grab here. Ithaca, I already mentioned, a great PvE hero. Whoever you're building, you'll find them in this chest and it will help you out, assuming they're not light and dark. So you might be thinking, MK, how do I get light and dark heroes? Well, just you wait. When you get to 230 stars, you get a material selection chest where you can choose one of these rewards. You either get 100 million gold, 75 million spirit, 50k hero promotion stones, or 50k dust, or 50k or 10k different monster parts, depending what you're after. I wouldn't really recommend going for monster parts. The main thing you want to grab here is probably gold if you're in the early game, spirit potentially in the late game if you're a little bit starved, and magic dust potentially if you're trying to dust up your heroes in the mid-game. It's a little bit awkward to kind of say what's recommended because it's going to be different from player to player. Just don't pick up hero promotion stones because they should be easy to grab. Unless you're spending so much money that you're building heroes so quickly that you run out of them, which I hope is unlikely. But as I promised, there is a way to get Light and Dark 5 stars, but unfortunately this chest doesn't quite contain Forkis or Tussalago. That's because they've only been out recently, maybe for a month or two, so it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. This will get you a Russell, Drake, Carrie, Ammon-Ra, whoever you're building, you can grab them from this chest if you get to 260. Now, word of warning, you either need to high roll as a free-to-play player or spend a little bit of money to get this chest. Is it worth it? Okay, if you're only spending 10 bucks, I would maybe say that actually getting a Light and Dark hero isn't half bad. But of course, that depends on your relative value, how much money you spend on this game, and how much disposable income you have lying around. Also, a lot of us have been staring at the exact same Light and Dark 5-star chest since August. Because there hasn't been any new Light and Dark heroes, the chest has contained always Drakes, Russells, Carries, Taras, Ammon-Ra, etc., etc. So most of us have all these heroes kitted out and built to E5 already, so maybe you don't need to go spending a bit of money. Wait for Forkis' chest to come out, and then we can get excited. So that's the case with this one. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. There's no pressure. And finally, the 300 one will get you a universal 9-star puppet selection chest. A lot of words, but basically, it's a 9-star hero that you can feed to get to 10-star, E1, or E2, or make a hero 10-star to enable or void imprint your heroes. These are amazing. Getting fodder is the most useful thing in the game because at the end of the day, that tracks your progress. If you remember the free-to-play series, I had enough copies of Ithaca to build a to E5. The only thing slowing me down was food. A lot of people, once they get to the mid-game, have tons of copies of heroes but just can't build them because they don't have the food. So a chest that offers 9 stars, that is very, very, very good value because it's basically equivalent to something like 28 5-star heroes. So yeah, it's pretty good. So that's Imps Adventure. Best of luck to you guys doing this. Sometimes people do well, sometimes people don't do so well. One little trick you can do is try and get the lucky dice and then use that to return back to the lucky hut and just kind of cut off this little corner. If you haven't seen our lucky dice rolling videos or our Imps Adventure stuff, I'll link a little video up there in the corner so that you guys can watch that and maybe learn how we do it. Or I will be doing some on stream tomorrow, or basically today, actually, for a lot of you watching this video. So come join us at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. But before you do, let's go check out next week's event. So, the event preview. Well, it's Profit Orbs, funnily enough. We have Profit Orbs. That's interesting, because a lot of you will be thinking, hang on a second, we just had Morax in Profit Orbs. What possible hero could they give us next? Because traditionally, they give the new hero that's just come out. Well, DH Games have done a brain play. We're getting an Oberon and an Asmodel. Now, Oberon is just filler. Asmodel is the interesting hero here, and if you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard the news, Asmodel is the new Transcendence hero coming out in, I think, next week. It would make sense, considering that they're giving Asmodels away. You can potentially pick up 4 Asmodels from Profit Orbs if you have 320 orbs to do basically 4 full completes of it to pick up all the Asmodels you want. And also, you can get him from Heroic Miracle. Wow, a double whammy of Asmodel. This is clever, because it's a good filler Profit Orb event, which is what DH Games needed. Barry was going, what are they going to do? They've got no heroes. Oh my god, what's going to happen? I don't know why he's suddenly gotten all British. It's Barry. Barry doesn't sound like that, but there you go. Asmodel. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Asmodel is the reward for the Profit Orbs and the Heroic Miracle, which means you can probably grab 5 Asmodels from this event if you've got the orbs for it. What does that mean? It means people that haven't been playing the game for a very long time, or haven't managed to collect copies of Asmodel because they've either low-rolled or foddered them away, God forbid, you can pick up some more here, which is nice, because it means people that don't have the pedigree that have been playing this game for so long to collect 9 copies of Asmodel, that have been saving their Crystals of Transcendence to finally go and get themselves an Asmodel from the Void, which if you don't know unlocks when you get an E5. You can then go to the Evolution Cube and pick one of these heroes. For example, there's Sword Flash here, there's a Scarlet Queen here, and it costs 5 million of these Crystals of Transcendence, and a lot of us have been saving up for a very, very long time to try and get these Crystals of Transcendence. Some of us have been saving for months and months and months and months and can finally cash in, and a lot of people have been hyping this Asmodel. I know a lot of people have been holding back to wait and see what he's like. He will be coming out next week. So if you don't have the copies of Asmodel, next week's event is actually a great way to get your hands on him. There's also going to be this thing called the God of War package. Ooh, exciting. I have no idea what it's going to be, although I imagine it's a good value way good value way of picking up Cause of Transcendence, considering they traditionally cost, what is it, like $99.99 for 15? That's insane. It could be $49.99, which feels like a tasty discount for a lot of you. You'll still be going, oh my word, who would spend 50 bucks on this game? A lot of people, it seems, because, you know, it sells. That's just a fact. But hey, the God of War package, it might be a skin. That's one speculation. It might just be Cause of Transcendence. And Tartarus has logged in on my account, which has kicked me out the game. So I guess that's the end of this video. Good job, Tartarus. If you want to keep up to date with our event reviews, come join us and hit that subscribe button. It's down below this video, I believe. If it's not grey already, just click it and make it grey. Like, honestly, I don't get it. There's like 60% of my viewers aren't subscribed. Like, if you like watching Idle Heroes content, if you enjoy the content I make here, if you've been keeping up with the free-to-play series, just hit the subscribe button. It's not going to hurt. Like, I mean, if you don't even want notifications, just turn the bell notifications off. Oh my word, the first time a YouTuber has ever told you to do that. If you want to turn the bell notification on, though, feel free. I mean, I think do you get an email? I don't even know how that works. Like, maybe it just comes up on your phone. I don't know these things. I'm just a YouTuber. I should know these things. But hey, there you go. That's this event. If you want to check out some more of my content, you can find it over here on the side of the screen. Oh, it feels like it's been ages since I said that as well. My God, these event reviews. Whatever happened. And of course, yeah, come check us out at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. I'll see you very soon. And yeah, that's this event. So, happy idling.